Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson in truth. And yeah, I got some downtime today. I had a bunch of clients at council today, so it gave me some downtime. So just taking this opportunity to do the work of the Lord and feed the flock. So just gonna do a quick commentary on the lessons that were learned from the movie Unhinged, starring Russell Crowe. And it's like a new version of Falling Down with Michael Douglas. I believe that one came out in the early 2000s or late 90s. It was a movie called Falling Down with Michael Douglas. And basically, it's just letting you know that the current conditions in America are really getting to people. And the Edomite male is not faring too well at all, man. They're losing their kingdom and they're angry. Very angry. And spoiler alert, if you plan on seeing this movie, then you might want to watch this video some other time or afterwards. But crazy thing, opening scene, he murders his wife and her new lover, which was a Jake. So, you know, he busts in his door, and you know, and he with a breaching tool, and you know, and Jake come running up and he hit him in the head with the breaching tool a couple times. After he dropped him, he hit him a couple more times to finish him. Then he follows his wife, who ran away, and you hear him beating her with it. And next thing you know, he's putting gas up. It seems like he turns the stove all the way up, and has a gasoline can and pours gasoline everywhere and just lights the place up and walks out, man. Just didn't give no F's, you know. But let me grab a scripture. And that first scripture is going to be Lamentation 4:21. And it reads, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked." So that cup is a cup of suffering, a cup of slavery, the cup of being going from riches to rags. Because the scriptures clearly promises that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. All right, so Esau is going on the bottom in his own kingdom, and he just does not like it. He does not like it at all, man. So that cup of suffering is coming to him. All right, verse 22. "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins." And daily, history comes out that we've never heard of. Relics are surfaced. More deep, dark, dirty laundry is of crimes against humanity that Esau has done and is exposed, man. I mean, it's just not. It's like a faucet of truth which is coming out that they can't shut off. All right. The party is over and the mirth is gone, man. You know? Next scripture is going to be focused around the next scene. Then that this guy is basically on the run, just out and about, and gets into a road rage incident with the woman and begins to stalk her. But the thing is all she had to do was give a soft answer, and her wrath and her attitude, all right, is basically what brought the wrath of this murderous, psychopathic man on her, man. Matter of fact, let's grab Proverbs, because you know these women have a false sense of security in here in Babylon, man. But all that's going to be taken away. They're defunding police departments and already, and you know, it's just going to get really bad out here. But this is Proverbs 15:1, and it reads, "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger." And she stirred up the anger in this character, man. And Russell Crowe put on a lot of weight for this role, man. He looked like he was about 250 pounds, man. You know, he was maybe even 260. You know, and it wasn't like it was all muscle, but you know, you don't realize how big of a dude he is, man. He's really a large man, you know, and he's really chunky now. A long way from the role of Maximus, that's for sure. But what he begins to do is follow and stalk this woman until he corners her in a gas station, and then a couple of people try to help her, and he ends up running them over and killing them, man. So he just goes on a killing spree, and he steals her phone in the process because she leaves her phone. You know what? Let me go to Job 39:17, because she's very unwise. She's in the middle of a divorce, so you know, and her lawyer is her best friend, which she hangs out with and is a little too close to. You know, we'll get to that. But you know, when she has this run-in with him, I'm trying to get to this scripture that's in Job, right? Her son picks up the phone and realizes that there is no security on the phone, and all her information is in there. And so since she's going through this divorce, she took it off. So it's like, wait a minute. So your phone is open now that you don't have a husband, but it was locked when you did. Think about that. But this is Job 39:17. Because God have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted unto her understanding. So her son told her that this is dangerous. You should have you know, a security code on your phone. Well, she gets out. He followed her to the gas station. She goes in to buy a few items, and when she turns around and looks outside, oh, she leaves her phone in the car unlocked. Okay, that false sense of security. And when she looks outside, she sees his truck sitting right behind her, and that's when you know, and she's like panicking and freaking out, and everyone's asking her if she's all right. And then, you know, Captain Saberho comes and tells the dude to move along. You made the right decision. You need to keep it moving, buddy, and blah blah blah. And ends up getting ran over, man. He ends up dying as a result of that. All right. So she's now causing the death of other people. Now he's got a hold of her phone. He's stalking her, and he's going through her list, threatening her family members, her friends, her children. He knows where she lives. You know, he planted a phone in her car. He was tracking her. And this dude just turned into a raging murderer, man, which leads me to the next scripture, which is Sirach 39. And let me see, 28. Yes. And it reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. He was beating people, stabbing people, all right? You know, giving people pain, man. All right? And when it says there be spirits created, that spirit can come in the form of a rabbit pit bull, a rabbit Rottweiler. There was a movie that came out, a lot of you may be young, of a damn Saint Bernard that went nuts and killed everybody on the farm, called Cujo. All right? You know, the spirits could be in Cujo, you know, a fish, a shark. It could come in the form of anything. Hell, it was the spirit the spirit in that swordfish that killed the crocodile hunter dude, man. All right? So once again, it reads, Ecclesiastes 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So the Lord made these things, and when they are handing out that painful justice, it actually makes the Lord happy. All right? Just like in verse 29, let me just read it. Fire and hail and famine and death, and all these are created for vengeance. So when the Lord brings a famine on the place and the people starve to death, it pleases him. All right? When that fire burns up whole neighborhoods and burns people to death, like what's going on the western portion of the states here in the United States, in California and those other states over there, it pleases the Lord. All right? And there was a bunch of hail that came down in these last couple years. It killed a bunch of livestock and did a lot of damage on people, man. That pleased the Lord, man. All right? It simply is what it is. So next thing you know, this dude got a phone. He's reading the messages, responding to messages, meeting up with people and friends that matter to her, and he meets up with a lawyer. And now, mind you, he just went through a divorce and caught his wife in bed with a Jake, with a black man, with a so-called black man. You know, Jake's stretching it out, and so he's immediately going through her phone, and he gets mad at the lawyer. And he goes to meet at her meeting and says he's a friend, and he was gonna meet her there to meet him. And he's like, oh wow, why have I never met you? And blah blah blah. And he's playing this guy because he knows information that clearly he wouldn't know unless he knew her until it came out. And next thing you know, he put a empty cup of coffee, cup for coffee, and next thing you know, he busts the lawyer over the head in the face with the cup, dazes him, then begins to beat and pummel him because he caught him completely off guard. And eventually he stabs him in the neck with a damn knife, man, in front of a whole restaurant full of people as he's being filmed doing it. The dude just didn't care. He lost it. And it's like Gerald Salente said, man, when people have nothing else to lose, they lose it. And then you hear the news talking about him, and you hear a story, and the dude had went through a lot of shit, you know? Some of it wasn't his fault. And then the fact that he went through that, and his woman took his house and took his, and took whatever, and was banging another dude, man. Hey, look, the scriptures clearly say that when a woman leaves, she's to leave with nothing, man. And beware of these women who have all these male friends and their contacts and stuff, man. Because I tell you from personal experience, man, you cannot be a friend with the woman, not on that level. Not to the point where you hanging out and driving her car, she driving your car, and you sleeping over and all this stuff. Eventually, you're gonna end up doing what men and women do when they spend too much time alone, man. All right, that's personal experience, and I know it to be so. I had a friend for 10 years, man, that I tried to, and then it was, it was just so much, because it wasn't like I wasn't attracted to her, man. But I was just trying to get at her friends, and that's why I knew that if something happened between us, that would ruin that. I'm hunting for the scripture as I tell you this story. But yeah, she was Peruvian. She was from Peru, man, and she had all these all these little hot mommies, all these friends. And so I was trying to stay cool with her because I knew that if I got at her, that I wouldn't be able to get at her friends. But she got me drunk one night, and that ended all that. And then the sad thing is, like, once she conquered me. Once she got me, it's like she didn't want me no more, man. Shit was crazy. We spent like 3 nights together, and after that, I lost my friend. It's like, what the fuck? Then all of a sudden, it was reversed. I got all the feelings because I knew she had feelings, but I was just trying to stay in that friend zone. But that didn't work, man. And what the moral of the story is, you can't be with a woman like that. And all these women that's sitting up talking on the phone with their male friends and chatting back and forth on the internet, and on your social media stuff, that all it's gonna get you is an adulterous situation. And this is Ecclesiastes found it. Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, in the 9th chapter and the 9th verse. And matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 8. And it reads, "Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of women, for herewith love is kindled as a fire." So don't be sitting up looking at another man's wife, man. You just can't do it. If you do it, the worst thing can happen is that she responds to you. All right, now you got a problem. All right, verse 9, "Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine." All right, because he was coming to meet her lawyer for coffee and breakfast and counsel, and what she called a therapy session. Well, sex is therapy too. And even though he was kind of effeminate, you like it says, you can't sit with another man's wife, man. And here, let's finish the scripture. "Lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction." Right? I mean, if you sleep with another man's wife, that's a death sentence from on high, man. All right? That's a sentence of death. So there's very few people that could come back from something like that. All right, especially when you know better, man. Especially when you know better. And that Jake in the opening scene, and that lawyer, both paid for sitting, sleeping, and being with another man's wife. So with that, I hope this was an edifying and uplifting lesson. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Awashai Bashim Wakakadash Wa Ababa Shalom.